Oh, that was a dramatic start. That was actually a pen rolling off the end of the table, just timed perfectly with the start of this live. So there you go. Hours of practice it took to get that timing right. Anyway, hello, welcome. I am Colette Broomhead. I'm an online startup strategist, and I'm here to chat to you about the emails that you should be sending your list. And these are emails which are going to help to keep your list engaged, and ultimately drive them to the point where they want to buy from you. So I've been going live every day this week, and I've covered up to this point 6 different types of email. And today I will be covering 3 final types of email to bring our total up to 9 before the end of the week. And then tomorrow I will be going live inside my Facebook group business class for a live Q&A on all things email marketing. So if you've been watching and you have questions, then do come and join us. And I'm going to put a link to business class here in the comments in case you're not already a member, so that you can come and request to join before tomorrow's Q&A, which will be, I can't remember what time. So I shall edit the comments when I have a moment to check. Come join us in. Oops. So I'm giving myself some extra time pressure today because my in-laws are here and they are currently picking my boys up from school, and they will probably be back in around 15-20 minutes. So I've got to get this done before they're back. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to whiz you through, first of all, the 6 types of email that I've already covered in the previous Facebook Lives. If any of those pique your interest, then do go back and check out those lives to learn more about them. So on day 1, on Monday, I chatted about the welcome email, the very first email that you send to your subscribers when they first signed up, and the importance of using that correctly and not just as a way to deliver your free stuff that they've signed up for. It's for so much more than that. So to learn more about the welcome email, go check out Monday's live. On that live, I also chatted about your brand story and the importance of sharing that often, and how powerful that is in terms of being able to connect with your audience and being able to sell to them. Then on Tuesday, I talked about the Ask campaign. So this is where you actually send your audience either just a one-off question or even a survey to learn more about them, their interests, their challenges, their fears, their hopes, and all of that good stuff that helps you to actually serve them better. And then I also talked about, and I'm going to have to go back and check this now because my memory is not what it used to be. Oh yes, a case study. So I talked about the power of case studies, both sourcing other people's case studies and using them to give your subscribers tons of value and information that they might not otherwise be able to find, but even more so creating your own case studies to give them that value, but also at the same time really reflect well on your own brand. And then yesterday's Facebook Live, I talked about the feedback survey, which is kind of like the Ask campaign. So it is in the form of questions or a survey, but in this instance, it's more about finding out about your own products and services rather than finding out about your audience. So it's where you are asking for feedback on what you have done, and you're getting feedback on what your audience want you to do. So slight nuance, slight difference there. And then yesterday, I also talked about the sneak peek, which is a super fun email to send because people love a sneak peek into anything. It feels like you're kind of breaking the rules and you're getting to look at stuff that you shouldn't really be looking at. So anything kind of behind the scenes or sneak peek is a really, really fun email to send. And of course, it has the added bonus that it's a really fun and non-salesy way to promote your stuff. So that's the sneak peek. For more on that, check out yesterday's Facebook Live. Now, today, I promised you 3 types of email. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about the one-time offer, the re-engagement check-in, and the content roundup. So let's start with the one-time offer. Now, this can be a really, really easy way to make some quick sales. But you've got to do it right, and you've got to do it genuinely, and not in kind of a sleazy way that so many people seem to do. When you say one-time offer, make sure that you mean one-time offer. Please don't send a one-time offer one week and then send the exact same one-time offer the following week, and so on, because your audience are going to see through that. They're going to realize it's not a one-time offer, and they're going to think you're a bit of a jerk. And rightly so. So please don't do that. If it is going to be a one-time offer, make sure it is a one-time offer. If it's a flash sale, make sure it's a flash sale and it doesn't actually continue on for a week after you said it was going to stop. You know what I'm getting at. So make sure that you are true to your word. Make sure that when you're adding urgency or scarcity to an offer, that you're doing so genuinely, and just not like making stuff up because you want to sell more stuff. But there are tons of ways that you can add both urgency and scarcity to your content, to your sales strategies, in a genuine and fun way. So play with that and use that in your emails, and that can work really well, and be a really, really effective way to sell your stuff. So give that one a go. The second email that I talked about, that I'm going to be talking about today, I've already forgotten what it was, which is horrendous. The second email, re-engagement check-in. There we go. So now this is a really interesting one. This one can feel a bit painful, because essentially what you're doing here is you are trying to re-engage those subscribers that have kind of forgotten that you exist, and your emails have kind of sunk into the mist of emails in their inbox that they don't really notice anymore. And for whatever reason, they are no longer opening or engaging with your emails. So you don't want this, because the longer you leave those subscribers, the bigger that group of subscribers will grow, and the lower your open rates will get, lower your engagement rates and click-through rates will get, and all of that is going to impact on things like your email deliverability, which is not a good thing. So if you've got a group of subscribers who aren't engaging with your stuff, then you need to do something about it. And the chances are you will have a group of subscribers just like that, because pretty much everyone does, because let's face it, none of us have 100% open rates or click-through rates. If you do and you're watching this, contact me and let me know how, because I'd love to know your secret. So the re-engagement email is all about kind of waking up those subscribers who have kind of forgotten you, who aren't that interested anymore, who aren't really engaging anymore, and giving them a bit of a shake and kind of going, hey, don't forget I'm here. And so there's a few ways that you can do this. One way is just being really direct about the situation and sending an email. Now, bear in mind, whichever way you choose to do this, it all has to come from the subject line, because if they're not opening your email, anything inside that email, they're not going to see unless you've done something special with your subject line, because that's what's going to get people to open. So number one is you can just be really direct and just use a subject line along the lines of, do you still want to get my emails? Straight to the point, gives people the option to kind of go, oh, actually, yes, I do. So, open if you still want to get my emails, something like that, really straight, direct, to the point. What you don't want to be doing with this is going from straight and direct to needy and clingy. I've seen subject lines along the lines of, don't you like me anymore? Or, aren't we friends anymore? Or something really like cringeworthy like that. Please don't go down that route, because most people find that really irritating, and there is nothing surer to send them to the unsubscribe button. So avoid needy and clingy, and instead go for direct and to the point, transparent. Okay, so that's one option. Another option is just to be different. So if the types of subject lines you've been using aren't working and aren't getting these people to open your emails, try something completely different. Perhaps if you've never used emojis in your subject line, throw in a couple of emojis and see if that shakes people up a little bit. Perhaps try, changing your caps, so putting everything in small caps, and seeing if that makes a difference. Just mix it up a little. Perhaps change the style of your subject line. So maybe all your subject lines previously have been relating to exactly what it is in the email. So for example, perhaps you're linking to a blog post in your email about 10 ways to tie your shoelaces. And so your subject line is 10 ways to tie your shoelaces. Perhaps you could change the style instead to say, looking for different ways to tie your shoelaces, or here's how I tie my shoelaces, and basically just mixing up the style of how you would describe what's in the email. Hopefully that makes sense. That's how you can start to try and re-engage these people. Now, there is more to do after this email. This is just the start of a process, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but essentially what you're trying to do is re-engage as many of those people as possible. The next step is actually to remove the people who don't re-engage, because that's how you get those open rates and those click-through rates and engagement rates back up again. And that's how you get rid of the people who definitely don't, who aren't going to just engage again, who aren't interested in being on your list. That's how you get them out and make sure that you've got a list full of engaged people, because at the end of the day, quality is more important than quantity. So painful as it feels to remove people from your email list and see that number of subscribers go down, you are doing a good thing for your email list. You're doing a good thing for your business, because you are actually boosting your engagement rates. You're boosting your open rates by doing so. And those metrics are far more important. So that is the re-engagement email. The third email that I wanted to talk to you about is the good old content roundup. So chances are, if you are emailing your list, this is the email that you will be sending them. This is a super easy email, and if you're not sending this, then definitely get on it, because it is so easy. And it's reusing content that you have already created. So essentially all you're doing is you are sending an email with links through to any other content that you've published over the last day, week, month, depending on how often you send your email. So it could be links to your latest blog post, podcast episode, YouTube video, Facebook Live, even some kind of social media thread that has perhaps done really well and got tons of engagement that you want to get more eyes to. Anything that's going on that you think your subscribers are going to be interested in, any of that content, link to it in your email. It's got so many benefits. Obviously, you're giving value to your subscribers because you are giving them content that you have created for them as your ideal clients that's going to help them, interest them, entertain them, and so on. But also you're driving traffic to your content, which is of course a good thing too. So a content roundup is an absolute no-brainer when it comes to emails for your list. So if you're not already doing that, definitely get on it. And that's it. That's my 9 emails to help re-engage and engage further your list and to help you sell more stuff through email. Do let me know if you found this helpful. Let me know if you're already sending any of these emails. And don't forget to come and join us in Business Class, my Facebook group, tomorrow for a live Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them here in the comments or just show up live and ask them there as well. Either way is absolutely fine. And last but not least, next week, I'm doing a free masterclass, hosting a live masterclass where I'll be chatting about 4-part framework that I've created in my own business and that has allowed me to reduce the hours that I work, but actually increase my results. So I've started to get consistent income and grow that income month on month because of this framework, but by doing less and working fewer hours. It sounds too good to be true. It really isn't, and actually it's super simple, and I would love to share it with you. So if you would be interested in learning more, then do come and join me. I will post the link to sign up for that in the comments as well. That's next week on the 14th. If you can't make it, don't worry, because anyone who registers will get the replay as well. And that's it from me. I hope to see you in the Q&A tomorrow. Take care.